Exxxotica 2017 here in Edison, New Jersey. The lovely Vicki Chase here, and I was just asking Vicki before we started recording, what's it like getting the reaction from the crowd here, from everybody coming wanting to get a DVD or an autograph or a picture with her? What's it like in the interaction with the fans?
It's amazing. It's awesome. Like I was saying, it's humbling, because I was raised with a lot of love, and I feel like you get that back. You what you put out is what you get back out here. Like fans really appreciate me for what I do, and I appreciate them for coming out every year. It's been my 5th consecutive year coming to Exxxotica.
We cover professional wrestling for the High Spot podcast, but I always like to make the transition to the adult film industry. And my partner says, why are you doing that? Because I tell him, well, look at it this way. It's such a competitive business. A lot of people like pro wrestling think it's like taboo when you talk about wrestling or the adult film industry.
Yeah.
But also, it's dealt with a lot of competition, but again, being here, I see a lot of camaraderie too. It seems like everybody generally likes each other, everybody gets along, and collectively, you all have to work together in order to make this whole thing successful, right?
Exactly. We all have our own path in this industry. We all do what we do. So it's kind of nice to get to, say, hey, catch up. We don't necessarily work with each other all year long sometimes, so it's nice to, reconnect with one another here. Yeah.
It's not about your career-wise. I mean, you keep yourself very busy on a busy schedule, and you have to be successful. You have to do all that stuff to get where you want to be. That being said, do you ever have time to unwind and get back and take a break sometimes? Because with anything you do, even though you're passionate, you love it, it can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming, right?
Oh my God, yeah. And you know what? I'm a very private person. I feel like I give a lot in my scenes. I expose myself quite a bit, and I don't have a problem with that, obviously. I love it, but my home time is my private time. So I find it hard sometimes to let people in, in my life 24/7. Like I know the younger girls that are just coming in, it's necessary, or it's kind of like the new thing nowadays. So I'm having to adjust a little bit, but at the same time I find it hard because when I'm home, that's my time. I want to be, zen and not on, basically.
Not on, exactly.
Yeah.
When it comes to, for example, longevity and people wanting to stay on top for a long period of time, because it always feels like there's like a rotating, revolving door.
Yeah.
As soon as you're going out, somebody else is coming in. To stay on top, it's very difficult. That's where the competition comes. Where do you find, or what have you done, you feel yourself personally, to keep yourself there where the name Vicki Chase, a lot of people tend to know?
I think it's just my consistency, like I haven't really taken a break. So if anything...
I know that feeling.
Like
always working.
I have the old fans and the new, and I'm just trying to stay consistent.
How important is social media in that mind too? Because everything's about branding and marketing yourself, kind of like what we're trying to do here, and what you do on a consistent basis all the time, talking to your fans on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and things of that nature. How important is it in terms of branding yourself? Say you're an up-and-comer. You were to give some advice to somebody who wants to come into the business, male or female. Is that the best way for them to make a name for themselves so they can get booked other places?
It feels like nowadays, yeah, it's definitely
it's like the modern-day business card.
The modern day, exactly. You have to do it. It's kind of like a tool, so you definitely have to use it, especially nowadays. Because I feel like anybody could be a star, anybody could be known, so it's a vehicle, use it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you had an interesting introduction in the business too. You were a banker, correct, at Chase?
I was a bank teller.
Bank teller, yes, and that's amazing. It's so fun because everybody looks at only who could be in the adult film industry. Before you know it, anybody can. It's open to anybody, but not everybody can do it. In that sense, I guess the question I'm trying to ask is when it comes to, and I've spoken to several female talent about this. When it comes to picking your scenes and things like that, everybody talks about pacing. Don't give away everything too soon because then your shelf life is shorter. I mean, what's your thought process on that? Do you agree with that? There's certain people that be like, I'd rather do it all at once and I don't care because it's their personal decision, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, there's people, everybody has their own path in this business, and what works for one person isn't necessarily what works for the next person. Everybody's very unique. I myself, I think I held out, for a year or two, but then I just decided to go for it because as well the competition, the market changed. It was all about...
Was it competition or more like personal experiences? You want to experience that
I think it was all of that.
All of that together.
Yeah, together, because I'm definitely in this business. When I first got in this business, it was about getting to know my sexual side. It was a learning experience. So
and that's a lot of things people are afraid of to talk about, their sexual side, which is so natural in a way. Something funny, I was talking to Angela White not too long ago, but I remember an interview she said she's like, sex is a conversation. It really is, because once you're done with that action, that's like the most intimate and real somebody can be, right?
Yeah, it is. And I've always been curious about it ever since I was young. I mean,
like, how old were you when you started getting that curiosity?
Not sorry.
No, of course not. I mean,
look at me now. But I think I was 12 or 13 when I started starting to touch myself, started to feel a little bit, and curious about watching other people doing it, and of course it was taboo, and I knew it was something that was only for adults, but
yeah, of course.
I'm a rebel at heart, and my curiosity just always got the best of me.
It's funny you say that. I'm somewhat of an introvert myself, and I always feel people find it really odd because I'm doing this and they know me as the trendsetter, but if you met me in person or outside the street, I'm like the quietest person you could ever come up to. Not that I'm not approachable, but it's like you wouldn't think that I'm easy. It's easy for me to talk on the camera and speak to you and feel comfortable with that, but then when I'm somewhere else, I like to keep to myself to an extent. Are you kind of like that?
I am so like that, and sometimes I feel like people get the wrong impression. They think that I'm being cunty or
stuck up or something
stuck
like
up.
that. I get that too.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I am the nicest person.
You like your space and you like your time.
But I like my space and my time, definitely.
One more thing, wrapping up. I thank you so much for doing this. I find this fascinating. I could talk to Vicki forever, but I know she's got to do stuff. But what I always find interesting too, for example, when we talk about professional wrestling, the athleticism, the work, to be in ring shape and to be in shape, this must be a physical demand, not only physically but mentally as well, right?
Oh wow, yeah, it definitely is. Especially when you put your all into it, you're gonna feel exhausted and overwhelmed at times, but that's okay. It's natural. We're only human, and we just take it, a day at a time. One day at a time. Stay consistent with it. Stay professional, and you will shine.
That's the key word, professionalism, right?
Yeah, you will shine.
We got AVN coming up pretty soon. High Spot Podcast is going to try to be there. We're going to try, guys. We can't. We're sorry, we can't. But that's going to be exciting. The award show seems really nice. I've seen those events before, too. But afterwards, is there like a lull period? Will be a time where you're going to take some time away and maybe get that break you so badly want? Because it seems like everybody's really working, burning that midnight oil right now.
I kind of feel like I want to be done when I'm done. Like, I don't want to take a break. Like, this is my career. I could see myself doing it for 10 years, maybe.
Oh, I meant break means like a little vacation. Taking 2 weeks off. No.
I feel like I do that anyway because it's not like I work all the time like I used to in the beginning. I'm very selective now.
So you're good at balancing it out, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I need a balance. That's why I think I've been able to do it for so long, for so many years. Back to back to back every year, never taking a break because, especially now, I'm like very selective what I want to do.
Well, Vicki, thank you so much. And actually, I want to do something right here. And I don't do this for many, but we want to include you into an elite group. Now, don't worry about it. There's no signing, no nothing. You don't have to worry about it. It's just a very simple thing. You got to take these two fingers like this and put them together and put these two up like that. Now, touch them just like this. And now that means you are part of the High Spot Podcast group. You are part of the crew, which means we will be watching you. We will be supporting you. We will always have your back in everything you do. So we thank you so much, Vicki.
Look
at that smile. That
is
a smile that, how could you have a bad day talking to this woman right here? Thank you so much, Vicki.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and by the way, before I say goodbye, where can they follow you on social media besides Twitter?
Besides Twitter, I'm on Instagram as well.
I'm not going to let go of your hand, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's Vicki Chase, Vicki with an I, V-I-C-K-I, Chase, and my website, VickiChaseShop.com. and onlyfans.com/Vicki Chase for that exclusive naughty stuff that nobody else has.
So guys, get going. Seriously. Turn this off and go online and do this. Thank you so much, Exxxotica 2017. Vicki Chase, thank you.